Hi there, it's me, the CCG collector, bringing the bling with some gold booster packs. Now, these aren't actually gold, of course, but they are from the Lidless Eye, which could be as good as gold, depending on what we pull here. A lot of high value, not a lot of, but a number of high value rare cards could be hiding within these packs. So, without further delay, let's find that first one. I found, since the last video that I shot, that the order of these are 4 uncommons, 1 rare, and 10 commons. And let's actually take a look at, kind of examine these as we go. Uchel, Ranger Man. So these are a character type called minions. They're basically the minion equivalent of the hero characters. You know, the hero ones, of course, you know the dwarves, and you know the hobbits, and you know Legolas, and all those. The minion ones are pretty much all made up. There's not too much more to say about that. I was thinking maybe that Iron Crown Enterprises, who produced this game, also released an RPG or series of RPG source books. So maybe these are NPCs in that game. I don't know. But they're not in the Lord of the Rings for the most part. Hermit's Hill. So what does this guy do? Oh, he just helps influence the Hillmen. Hermit's Hill. Covert Company may discard 2 minor items to make 1 gold ring item playable at this site this turn. That's cool. So covert companies are overt or covert. There are some rules. I don't know the details about them, but overt companies, basically orcs, trolls, things that are very obvious. Covert are the kind that can move around. I don't know the details, unfortunately, but They are 2 different types, and there's a rule book in the starter sets. Now, if this was an expansion that wasn't a sort of a base expansion, then we might have card inserts or rules inserts inside each of these, but we don't. Okay, the Water's Tithe, playable on a non-ring wraith sorcery using character. Oh, may play up to 2 additional region cards. Nice. So that just lets you move across the map faster, of course. Raider Hold, and our rare, the Mithril Coat. Well, that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's valuable, and it's not one I know I needed, but still pretty cool. Landrake. Gotta love that Quentin Hoover artwork. Fantastic. He did a number of the drakes and dragons in this set, I believe. Very distinctive art style. Blackhide Shield. Stirring Bones. Incite Denizens. Seize Prisoners. Okay, don't know what scene that is, but alright. Lost in the Wilderness. Ted Nasmith is, if memory serves, there are a couple of guys. There's Alan Lee, John Howe, and Ted Nasmith are the 3 that I really know. And then the Hildebrand brothers have a neat take on Lord of the Rings as well. But 2 of the 3 of them, of those big 3, are excellent at landscapes and things of that sort, and quite poor at drawing people and characters. But you can see, this is an excellent landscape, and I believe there was a Lost in the Wilderness card in the Wizards. The artwork is superior here. Smart and Secret, a foul-smelling paste, on the other end of the spectrum. So, the funny thing about this artwork is that I've seen people openly deride it. I think it's just strange. Like, strange use of colors or strange use of, I don't know. Like, it looks too smooth. But, yeah, anyway, Giant and Voices of Malice. Wow, all that time for 1 booster pack. But that's okay. I mean, the Lidless Eye, to me, is a set, hey, another Water's Tithe. Okay. To me, is a set that I don't have a lot of experience with, so I have a great time seeing all these cards. And given that it's more focused on the minion side of things, I don't really know if there are any hero cards in here. A lot of decks would not use cards from here necessarily. Ooh, Magic Ring of Enigma. So maybe a lot of you haven't seen these either. Added to the fact that these booster packs are usually rare, hard to find rather, or expensive. But anyway, Magic Ring of Enigma, that is interesting. Got sort of a scarab on there and a scarab grabbing it. Gives the bearer Sage skill. Oh, so this is just the equivalent of magic ring of I don't know. There's a wizard's equivalent. Scroll of Isildur and Heedless Revelry is our rare. Okay, what's so rare about it? Playable on a non-Ringwraith company that is not moving. Make a roll for each untapped non-wizard character in the company. Modify this by -2 for hero characters. Okay, then it could tap the characters. If this is a play, tap out. Wow. So yeah, basically, these guys are having a good time instead of sleeping, and they wake up super tired and unable to do anything. Very, very topical. There's another seized prisoners, another incite denizens, another. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about how the distribution of cards in these packs is maybe not so great. The last video, the last Lidless Eye booster opening, and you can see Heedless Revelry. Is that right? No. There we go. That many of these cards look rather similar, don't they? Prisoners, Lost, Secret, Paste, Giant, Voices of Malice. Same set of commons, just offset by 2 cards. So that's disappointing. The other 2 are Hjorn and Despair of the Heart. Well, let's hope we have a little bit better luck in the other booster packs. I mean, that is a concern with opening booster boxes like these. What if you only get packs from the side of the sheet that has the the cards that aren't very good, you know? Shut Your Mouth. Gobel Mirland. Okay. Eridon. Stone Circle. Man, I talked about the artwork being better in the Lidless Eye than it was in the Wizards, and the lands, the locations especially, just really excellent. That's fantastic. Ren Unleashed. So I'm hoping for a Corahill Unleashed. I don't know if Ren is worth unleashing, particularly with a silly helmet like that, but hey, it's a rare. Happy about it. Playable on Ren the Ringwraith as your Ringwraith. All characters must make a corruption check. Okay, so that's very straightforward. I'll report you lost in free domains. I wonder if that's part of the same art as... It's certainly the same, like, palette. No, it's not. The same, like, from the same painting. But, same artist. And very cool card. Very cool artwork, rather. Gleaming Gold Ring. Horse Lords. Okay. That's interesting. So, they're men. Each character in the company faces 1 strike, but against covert and hero companies, it's detainment, which means they tap instead of they wound if defeated. May be played keyed to these sites. Oh, so there's no actual site where they would be keyed to otherwise. May not be played against a company containing a character with Edoras as a home site. Well, that makes sense. You know, you have Eowyn or Eomir or the other guy. Gosh, I want to say Thorin, and I know that's not his name. The king with Theo. Anyway, let's. It'll come to me. You know, 2 packs down from here. Fell Winter. Trifling Ring. How's that for artwork? That is excellent. Theoden. Thunder's Companion. Under His Blow. Crooked Promptings. And Dire Wolves. Ooh. We are only halfway through. Come on. Magic Ring of Fury. A lot of rings in this set, and they look excellent. Look at that one. On a battlefield, on a bony finger. Playable. Gives the barrier warrior skill. If barrier is already a warrior, gains +2 prowess. Okay, so just the equivalent of the one in the Wizards, again. Shelob's Lair, Shelob's Lair, Whip, Kirith Gorgor, Palantir of Numinas. So that's cool. I actually read the Lord of the Rings trilogy recently and kind of looked up what was going on with these Palantirs here. And you see the crab there, and you can tell by the lore, the men of Westerness were diminished, and their city of Anuminas fell into ruin. And that actually doesn't give us any insight into this particular one, but I believe that some fellow was on a boat, and he hit a storm or something, and he had 2 or 3 Palantirs on the boat, and then it was sunk and lost in the ocean. And I imagine that's one of them. That's why I think there were 7 Palantirs to begin with, and by the time the events of the movies come about, the books, the trilogy, the Fellowship, the Lord of the Rings, you had the one left at Isengard, the one left in Minas Tirith. Sauron had the Ithil Stone, which came from Minas Ithil. 2 or 3 were lost in the sea. The one that was Weathertop, I believe, used to have a tower on it, and it had a Palantir. I don't recall what happened to that. Anyway, I'm getting away from myself. Hopefully you guys at least find that interesting. Forced March, Greed, a little gold ring. Wow, look at that. I mean, I'm probably sounding like a broken record at this point, but I'm seeing a lot of this artwork, maybe not for the first time, but I certainly haven't seen these as often as I've seen the ones from other sets. That's some great artwork there. Black Rider, let's repeat myself. That is some great artwork there. That is fantastic. Brigands, Diversion, Ghosts, much better than the Wizards Ghost artwork, and Slayer, much better than the Wizards Slayer artwork. Yeah. 2 packs left, and this is exciting. I mean, this is a blast to open these. Half Trolls. Playable if the influence check is greater than 9. If this influence attempt is made by an or control leader, you may place this faction under control of that leader and not tap the site. So, it's interesting. I actually played a Minions challenge deck game against a friend of mine, and I had one. I was led by a Ring Wraith the deck's goal was just hang out in Mordor, this area right here, and just play factions like these. Put them under a leader so that they don't tap the site, and just keep bringing those out. I mean, they don't have a ton of marshalling points, but it was interesting. It was a different style of play. Untimely Whisper, Woe's Passage Hold, Kelendal. May tap to use a Palantir he bears. Okay. Gondorian Rangers. Troll Lout. Thunder's Companion. Lure of Expedience. Also better artwork. Stabbed him in his sleep. What is that from? I have no idea what that... Sorry if that was out of focus. I was looking at it under the camera. I have no idea what that was supposed to be. What scene that's supposed to be. I mean, maybe something in the end with the scouring of the Shire, but I don't recall that. River. Test of Fire. Played a Test of Gold ring. That's all. Paltry ring. Okay, Lesser ring. So this is interesting too, that in the Wizards, lesser rings were just a type of item. Lesser ring. They were called lesser ring. And here we have lesser ring, playable with a gold ring, and after test indicates a lesser ring. So I believe there are different types of lesser rings in the Lidless Eye, so that's neat. Landrake, we saw that one already. Blackhide Shield, okay. Alright, some of these cards look like they got a little warped, but that's alright. Final pack, what do we have? Well, we have something fantastic like Elf Lord Revealed in Wrath, or the One Ring, or the Lidless Eye. We'll save it for last. All we know is that it is not a location. Umbarian Corsairs, not to be confused with Corsairs of Umbar, but that's because this is the faction, not the hazard. Magic Ring of Savagery. The counterpart of the Magic Ring of Nature, of course. Hide in Dark Places. Pelagier. That's cool. And now, because we skipped the rare, we move on to the commons. Test of Fire, Twilight, also so much better than in the Wizards. And I guess there's not too much more to say about that. That's really good, though. Rebel Talk. Okay, Alan Lee. So here. This is an example of, I mean, I don't know. It just, when I was saying these guys are good at landscapes and not so great at characters, to me, these just don't work for me, but whatever. Blazon of the Eye, Stirring Bones, Orca Veteran, Old Cash, very cool. True Fire Drake by Quinton, our buddy. Smart and Secret, Wargs, and the rare, Pirates. Okay. Men, 3 strikes. If any strike wounds a character, they must discard 1 item, sure. And receive +2 prowess when keyed to coastal seas. Fun. Alrighty, well, that was a long and winding journey, but here we are at the end of these 6 packs, of course. We've got another 24 left in the box. Pirates, Palantir of Numinos, Ren Unleashed, Heedless Revelry, the Mithril Coat, and one other one that I'll need to dig up. But anyway, yeah. Hope you all had a good time watching that. I know I had a great time opening it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.